Newsflash, asshole.
Sam Slade he wrote a character that had sex, and he was a baby virgin when we.
Oh yeah, dude, I didn't know what whiskey was, or the scent of a woman.
Yes.
There was just a cut earlier, and we kept the sneeze in. I am sure it is perhaps one of my worst performances.
It is your worst performance.
It's one of my best. The premise for this short film is so unbelievably stupid that it is impossible to think that anyone who made it would end up being successful.
Yeah.
Do you want to be in the next Uncle Mikki video? Well, guess what? Today's your big day. Next episode of Uncle Mikki Reacts could be us reacting to your short film. What? How do you do that? Well, guess what? All you gotta do is finish the video. No skipping. I'll see you when we're watching your terrible short film.
Uncle Mikki's constant drive to follow trends and just do things for views.
That's why we release things that you don't want to watch.
If we're gonna steal, we might as well steal from people that get even more views.
Yeah.
This is a new series that we're gonna be trying out. Filmmakers React. The general premise is that we are filmmakers, in air quotes.
We've done it.
We've done it
For a
before.
while.
Real talk, if you're new to our channel, here's the expertise, because you're probably wondering, like, what expertise do these guys have? We have a very niche expertise. We are expert in making bad films for no money. And so because we've been doing that for a long time, we are able to, we can triangulate and analyze every single pixel of a student film and tell you exactly what they did wrong, because we've made that mistake 1,000 times.
Yes, to peel back the curtain a little bit. We're doing this, just chasing these views. We're trying to get this reaction, but we're also doing the Uncle Mikki way where nobody's going to want to watch this. At least a really niche crowd will want to watch this, where we specifically are looking at student films.
Today we're going to be checking out some of our earliest short films. We're going to be going back, starting with some of our first shorts that the three of us ever made together.
Which starts as early as like late 2014 and 2015, which is a long time ago now.
Yeah.
So
let me get the iPad out.
Like 2014, like when we first.
Oh, like so we're going back, like.
Kevin, do you have?
Well, we said we'd do our first few.
Do you have the whole Wholeception trilogy on your YouTube channel?
No, we're not gonna watch those.
What are you talking about?
I know you tried to delete all of them.
I did. I thought I did.
We downloaded them. I thought you were doing that on accident. I thought that was like a bit.
No, I might have to.
Yeah, well, don't worry. We saved them.
We saved them. They're downloaded. This is going to be very masturbatory.
Well, not this one. This is a trilogy that we made in 2015. Mine is lost, unfortunately, to the ether.
It's 5.5 minutes long. I think it is. I think this is my directorial debut right here. I want to talk about black and white in student film.
We talked about this a little bit in the Lover video.
We went through this revelation. Oh, my footage looks like crap. It won't look like crap is if I just make it black and white.
Yeah.
Now, I will say
that way it'll look like a choice.
That can be true. For student films, it literally never is.
All right, cool.
There is a line that's just not there now because the audio simply cut out.
That's what the sunglasses, dude.
It's also one of the first things I edited ever.
It's nighttime. What the hell?
No one is in focus in this shot.
No, the back of the van.
Yeah, I said no one is in focus.
Yeah, no one.
Say it helps.
It does.
Hey, Kevin.
Oh, there I was. I was in focus for a minute.
Kevin was
for
in
a second.
focus.
What do I think of Godfather 2?
Yeah. What do you think of it? I haven't gotten the chance to see it yet. I thought it would be pretty good.
I remember there being like a moment where we showed this in class and JJ was like, you forgot to record any actual sound. It is a problem that plagues lots of student filmmakers, including us.
Yes.
For most of our lives, it was a problem. It still is. But you turn to your old pal camera audio when you're really lazy, bad, and just don't know what you're doing. And that's what the poor filmmakers who made this short did.
Oh, that's a bummer, dude. Okay, you should really go back and see the first one. I think you'll really like it.
This is the only time I ever acted in like a short.
Oh man, do you have to do that in here? We're in a closed vehicle.
This is a classic move. So what I did there is you have this master wide and you need to cut to a new angle, but you don't have one. Easy fix in post. You just zoom in till it's unrecognizable as the shot before
Yes,
it.
this is extra effective in a shot like this because it was already out of focus.
This is clearly a stylistic thing, is that you're going to want to frame your subject in the wrong framing. Like now he's taking Kevin's frame.
Yes.
Imagine you get 5 different angles for a scene. Now imagine you can double that.
Here's something that these young kids have that we don't. Readily available 4K. You're joking, but like that's way more doable now.
Occasionally we see it in like actual movies, like real.
Oh yeah, all the
actual.
time.
You're just like.
Allegedly, David Fincher shoots on reds because he reframes shots all the time. So he likes to shoot in the highest resolution possible and then reframe stuff.
See, pro tip. I learned it back then. You can learn it too now.
You can learn it too.
Well, I haven't seen them, so you know, why wouldn't I watch them in order?
What? What? What the hell, Caleb? What?
The only thing we learned here was that black and white is badass, and that Kevin was the best actor out of the 3 of us.
That is true.
We learned.
I think we hurt Kevin because we didn't really understand that yet.
I remember at the time we could tell.
We could tell, but we didn't think that Kevin was so good. He wasn't going to be the next protagonist, you know? We never assumed. It wasn't until, like, later on that we were like, oh, Kevin is good enough to headline his own thing. Like, Kevin could be the we would make Kevin the protagonist of something now. But back in the day, it was like, oh, Kevin's good enough to play an extra or a side character.
Or the director in Bigfoot.
Which you're wearing the director's hat, aren't
the
you?
thing has been around our entire career. Is that
oh my
hat,
God.
that hat wig combo? It literally makes it's gonna be in Depth Perception. It is literally in there.
You baked this whole conversation on false dough.
I feel like we're being too nice to this short. It is the worst thing.
Oh yeah.
Here's the problem: is we can't hear the dialogue because it was recorded so terribly. Again,
I am sure it is perhaps one of my worst performances.
It is your worst performance.
It's one of my best.
It's one of Alex's best. Clearly, look how much he's emoting, dude. That's a good thing.
All of this motion that I'm doing, you might think that I'm like yelling at Kevin for fucking my wife or something. I am mad at him for not watching The Godfather Part 2.
Understanding what I said does not make me a liar.
Well, see, that sound was recorded well because someone else recorded it and put it on YouTube.
Oh, there's the script.
Look, 1970s
Nice, 1970s Ford. And there you go. That was it.
So that one was a little hard to really talk about because the worst part truly was the writing and acting.
That was so great.
I'm not getting laid tonight.
Tell me, what exactly did you have that I didn't?
Good news don't come to you like the morning, babe. Okay. Now you're gonna get the context.
Conception's already better than that one because it's only 3 minutes. This is definitely something we did a lot early on. Handheld, not out of stylistic choice, but just because it's easier and we were lazy. Yeah. This is a shot that should have been on a tripod, or like maybe a panning shot.
Did we have a tripod?
Yes.
That may be a question you may be asking a lot throughout this series. Is did they have access to a tripod?
Yes.
The answer is always yes.
Ooh, that was a slick mirror move we did.
At the time, I was so proud of, and like the fact that you don't see me in the mirror, but you do actually. This is the level of filmmaking that we were at. I thought it was impressive that I cut everything together in like that.
Oh, in a sequence?
In a sequence. Oh. Don't you think it's cool that he throws it in one shot and that you're continuing that action in the next shot? Like, isn't that cool?
Is that cool, or is that just what you're supposed to do? I'm not getting laid tonight. Yeah, I'm a great actor.
A mistake that we made that a lot of people make is you go on YouTube and one thing they'll tell you to do is to just use your friends. That's a horrible decision.
There are better options.
There are
people that are better than you at acting.
This seems obvious, but it's like Hollywood's been doing it for years, and that's putting attractive people that are good at saying things in front of the camera.
Yes.
You can have a terrible script, you can have terrible dialogue, you can have terrible audio, they cannot be in focus, but if there's a handsome person or a pretty girl in front of the camera who's charismatic
and they're believable,
yes,
it adds more than you think.
It adds more than you think, and that's like a dumb thing, but at the same time, like I think we did like learn that in this project.
This is why I want to start off this series with talking about our short films. It's kind of unfair to pick apart a short film that was made like this for a class. We had fun with it, and at the time we were proud of it, but ultimately, like the goal for this was to practice.
I was never proud of it. I was like, these are awful, and Alex is okay.
I was proud of mine.
You don't seem like the kind of guy who would get particularly moved by a simple apology.
Maybe you've got me in a good mood.
No, based on what I've heard, good news don't come to you like the morning paper. I have no regrets. You can't put a price on good pussy.
Oh, Bigfoot confirmed.
Self-reference.
That's
Nice.
also something that is
Student
good for
filmmakers.
student filmmakers to do, is be referential to your own stuff.
I mean, she knew how to go down on a guy. Like, she was the godfather of blowjobs.
Think I didn't know that?
Think I didn't know that?
That is genuinely one of my favorite lines in this short, just because of how stupid it is. The premise for this short film is so unbelievably stupid that it is impossible to think that anyone who made it would end up being successful.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, you little shit. Okay, I don't have to answer to you.
In case you didn't pick it up, basically Sam Slade's character is banging oh, Kevin's a mob boss. I don't know if that was apparent.
Kevin's a mob boss, by the way. Criminals are cool in short films. You make sure it's about criminals, because that's the only cool subject matter. Because you watch Pulp Fiction and you're like, yeah, that movie's badass.
So
I'm gonna make
Kevin's
that
a
movie.
criminal.
I like good time.
He's drinking whiskey, something that none of us would drink for another 4 years after this was made. We had no idea what we were doing, is my point.
Do not make your film a crime film. If you were making a student short film, you have a better shot of making a better science fiction film.
If you were going to make your short film black and white about criminals, about drug dealers, about people
don't
that
talk about
people
drugs.
that kill people,
You don't know what you're talking about.
unless the point is it's supposed to be so stupid that it's funny. Which don't even do that. That's been overdone.
Yeah,
don't
even
touch
do that.
mobsters. Don't touch them. You keep doing it, and it's not just Ralph, who I know is watching this. It's not just you, and this is why we get so worked up about it, because it's not just Ralph. It's everybody.
It's us.
It's us.
We did it.
Why do you
and
think
then we
we're so
never did it
upset
again.
about it?
Everyone knows this rule.
Yes.
But they're just kind of like, not me, though. You write what you know. Everyone write, and it's like, yeah, of course.
Sam Slade he wrote a character that had sex, and he was a baby virgin when we.
Oh yeah, dude, I didn't know what whiskey was, or the scent of a woman.
They say write what you know. That doesn't just mean, oh, drama or whatever. Like, if you've ever been scared of anything your entire life, make something about that. Try to capture what you felt and what you experienced in a scary thing.
I got an
young college
idea. It's
students be
about
drug
a
dealers.
guy. He's a drug dealer.
It's like, okay, no. Throw that idea
He
in the
actually shot a
trash
guy.
immediately.
And now he's on the run because he shot the wrong guy.
Well, newsflash, asshole. She didn't love you.
Newsflash, asshole.
Newsflash. I remember it was so weird for us hearing you curse at the time, because you had
He
not,
didn't curse.
You
was
were
having-
not drinking and cursing profusely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam Slade's character is sleeping with this mob boss, his wife,
His wife.
and that would have been a better short film.
Yes.
He walked in, and the mob boss had found out about the affair and killed his wife, and so he realizes that he's going to die no matter what. So he's just going to fuck around with. So I just want to set up because
That is what is happening.
That is
You
what's
can't tell.
happening.
You
That's the
literally
plot.
will never be able to
That's the
tell
plot.
unless we explained it to you.
We thought we were so smart because we were like telling the story without telling the story. It turns out we just weren't telling a story.
Yes.
Listen, pal, I'm not here to be your therapist. I just came here to bang your wife. Or I was here to bang your wife. But now all it's here is you and a dead chick. And I'm not into either.
I'm trying to remember my lines. No,
You had a dead chick and I'm not into either.
Guess we're done then.
Ah, a plastic
What
airsoft
airline?
gun.
No shit.
Empty. I had a gun? I forgot how this ended.
Okay. Wait.
You didn't go like it wasn't a jolt, it was.
Wait, I'm swinging it.
This is better, but how much better?
I would not say it is marginally.
No,
We also,
no.
I think there was another thing we learned. We're better when we write the script together.
Yes.
Because this was also the only one where we all wrote it together. Big component that we've learned in that, like, I think a lot of people starting out and a lot of people, even when they haven't just started out, they think that a short film can just be part of a story and not a
Yes.
story. Clearly in this short, a big problem with it is that we're like, well, it's only 3 minutes, so how can you really tell a story?
Yeah, we went into it with the mindset of like, oh, this could be like a scene in a feature film. And the problem with that mindset is every scene in a feature film tells a story. So that was that
I saw
one.
this-
My
What's-
goodness, that was so bad.
It was our final project for this semester of college.
Oh no.
Oh, Foots of Darkness?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh, it's not good.
Flashback to when he wanted that sound.
No.
The pitch for the project was, oh, we are so funny, we don't even need to write something. Let's just film. We do this stupid podcast that we think people like for some reason. I literally remember Kevin saying something along the lines of like, oh, you know what people like is us like just talking. Like people find us so entertaining when we're just like talking
in that class, that's how it was.
Yes, that is true.
Why are we watching this one? This one, like, nobody can learn anything from it. 19 minutes!
This is easily one of the worst things that we have ever been responsible for, and possibly one of the worst things that anybody has ever filmed.
Yes.
What's fun about this first shot is, while it's terrible, it's actually a precursor to the opening shot in Bigfoot Confirmed 2. The actual effect is almost the same. Like,
I don't like looking at this.
I love how I didn't know how to
that-
motion track, so like none of these elements, like the fog on the ground or the headlights, are actually properly tracked to...
Back in.
It's Bigfoot!
Bigfoot lives in that gang member's house. And also, it's day now.
The rain stopped, dude.
The rain stopped. That werewolf
that
thing
now.
is a wall hang, and it's strapped to my face.
Kevin cannot see. You can hear my footsteps.
We did turn this in as a final project in a film
So-
class,
so
and we
you-
didn't fail the class. Do not pause it.
you-
Do not pause it.
Do not pause it! Do not pause it!
It is too long to pause.
So we put the
The defense mechanism here is that we made something so goofy that it was like, well, even if it's bad, you can just laugh at it.
those captions. Did Alec do those captions?
I did.
did.
You
did.
Fuck you. Like Samson was saying, we did this for a lot of our projects. We would make them bad intentionally.
Oh, it's so goofy.
In this short, we made that.
Literally.
And we made it intentionally bad, and now the short the actual short is the documentary about us watching it.
and trying to make it better. Because me and Kevin had just seen Hearts of Darkness and thought that was a cool movie and that making behind the scenes documentaries are badass. This was our first mockumentary.
This was our first mockumentary.
A genre that we do end up
Coming back
to a lot.
On bad sound. You want flashback to when he wanted bad sound. No. Wait. I got it. Bad sound.
This is actually a funny joke. The sound is terrible. You want a bad sound. I did not.
Cut back to when he said-
flashback.
We executed so terrible because we sat so long on it.
No.
No, we're not purposely putting bad sound in our film.
No, it would be so funny though. The post-production.
Yes.
I don't think the
In there?
There was just a cut earlier, and we kept the sneeze in.
This was the funniest part of this whole scene. We couldn't cut this down to a minute and a half
No, so this was back in a time. We were told early on,
by a liar, Snake.
longer is better.
The closer to feature length you could get,
Yes.
the better you are as a filmmaker.
Yes.
That's our very subtle Platoon reference.
I think it would be a really cool conclusion if we ended with Bigfoot having a sword.
I completely.
I remember
what I was-
vividly filming this scene.
If we wanted to make a short film about student filmmakers who realize that they made something bad and like them falling apart, that's a funny idea that
Yes.
like if we had spent time on it, could have been interesting.
That was disgusting!
You spit something at me?
Yep.
You can't think of ideas, so you just spit them out.
This is going on too long. We have
gosh.
repeated the same thing 1,000
Also,
times.
none of us are funny.
I'm just playing with an airsoft gun.
As a gun. Why?
To give you context, we are older in this than Ralph was when he made King Candy.
He is stopping our ass right now. He made King Candy, which we all have respect for.
If you want to know why we haven't gone back and reviewed King Candy, it's because like we will be hoisted by our own petards. Like we are,
Yes.
we have no room to talk. This opens the door. Now that we've shown how fraudulent we are, we can
We are complete hacks.
We'll probably get radioactive poisoning, but I mean, we'll live. you know?
Yeah.
For 9, we
I lived this entire experience. It was my life. I'm watching these people, and I'm like, they will fail. They will never make anything that anybody will like. And somehow we did at some point. This should be able to show you guys. Really, persistence is key here.
What's weird about this, it's not that far off from like the egg video, in theory, just us being us, but
We're just so much better in front of the camera now.
Yes, we've had a lot more
Compared to
practice.
this. We've just had more practice. We've edited ourselves a million times. I'm sure this would be less unwatchable if this was literally a minute. There's no reason
I
it
just
should be this long.
started eating snacks.
If there is to be any justice had here to redeem ourselves, well, to really crucify us, the people making this thought we were awesome. These
Yes.
3 right here were like, this is so badass. We're the
Yes.
best filmmakers in our class.
I edited this together. I did not think it was too long. I was like, oh, it's 20 minutes, and people want
What
it
is
to be
happening? What was that shot?
Enough! I'm out of here.
Hey, Kevin, you're Bigfoot. You are Bigfoot. This is the role you were born to play. No. You maniac.
I take back what I said. This is my worst performance.
I'm confirming myself.
Why'd you come back? Why'd Kevin come back, audience?
We don't know.
Did we set anything up or have anything happen? Did
No,
anybody
if
change?
this was a story, Kevin would be the protagonist in his decision.
Who is
not
the
even-
protagonist of this story? Is it Kevin?
Well, no. For there to be a protagonist, first you need there to be a story, which there isn't one.
This goes on the wall, not my face. Do I look like a wall?
Don't make me answer that.
So I do look like a wall.
Can you tell that we liked Danger 5, Community,
Big Lebowski.
The Big Lebowski?
Well, like what I was saying earlier, with like students will watch Pulp Fiction and be like, "Oh, that's awesome! I'm gonna make that." We did the same thing with like Coen Brothers movies. We thought that was better for some reason.
The editing was crappy. It was shot crappy. But you know what? It is us.
Oh, and me giving myself the opportunity to make a Jeff Winger speech?
Yeah, dude.
Yep.
I hate these people.
Yeah, is it possible to want to go back in time and kill yourself?
Every day want to. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna be in like a poncho. I'm gonna have a laser gun. And I'm gonna have it pointed at all 3 of us. And I'm gonna be like, prepare to die for your sins. And they're all gonna be like, why? We're following our dreams. Stop.
The fact that we started so low is why we were able to get better.
Eventually, we looked at this and we were like, you know what? This is terrible.
I hear a lot of people be like, "Oh, I have this short film that's shitty," but they don't ask themselves, "Why is this shitty? What did I do wrong, and what could I do better?" A lot of people also blame other people. A script supervisor that they had, the actor that they got. It's not the actor's fault that you cast them. This is like my big soapbox thing I want to do for this series is how important casting is and how important your job when making something casting is. If an actor's terrible and they're never gonna look right, they're never gonna deliver the lines right, then that's your fault. Like, it's not their fault for not being the person that the short film or the feature film needed. It's your fault for picking that person instead of
me and Alex should not be in this short.
No.
We are terrible in it because our passion is to make the movie, not to act in it.
Yes.
Let's get writing the script for part 5.
Do not ever make a short that long. I don't care if you're Martin Scorsese.
That was bad.
I haven't seen that since like I was that age. I've not seen that all the way.
I have watched the first part with the Bigfoot part. Because that part makes me laugh.
That part I give pass. Honestly, the excuse that we made it under, I still kind of let it slide because of that.
It's funny.
The point was we were trying to make the stupidest thing that we could.
But like I said, that was like a defense mechanism. We did it because we knew we couldn't make something good yet.
But which is funny. We thought that applied to the rest of it.
We did know.
We did know that. We saw the
and that's important. Be aware.
Yes.
Be aware. If you make something bad, don't be afraid to call it bad.
Yes.
It's the only way you will grow is by accepting that your short has problems.
And on top of that, just keep going at it. And lots of people don't practice. They make their short, they're proud of it or they're not, and then they just don't make anything else.
I'll try to bring it all back together, Jeff Winger style. Making short films is a really good idea when you're trying to practice, when you're starting off, but also don't be afraid to make something that is not 20 minutes, but 10 minutes. I hope you guys like this episode. So this is our call to action. Our next episode, maybe we won't be looking at our short films. We'll be looking at your short films.
That's right.
So if you want us to tear apart your short film, which I know a few of you have done because you dirty little bastards write me in the comments and tell me to rip apart your short films.
I've gotten that.
You made it. Your fast forwarding skills are remarkable. If you want to be featured in the next Uncle Mikki video, all you got to do is email unclemickeyproductions@gmail.com with a link to your short film. Make sure you own the short film. If you did not write and or direct it, I will not be screening it. I only want it to be something that you made, not something that your friend made.
Hopefully this gave the right impression to where I feel like we're very vulnerable right now.
Honestly,
You cannot have done worse.
Maybe you have. We're gonna find out.
This series, we're going to be making fun of a lot of people, and we wanted to open it up in like good taste, in good, you know, in good
Just
faith.
mostly like the tropes of it, not like, oh, you suck and I hate you.
Yeah.
It's-
We
because
wanted to be fair.
I would
We
say
wanted to
that
be
to
fair.
us, like I suck and I hate those people that
Yes.
made that. But like, it's more like, you know, people fall into the same traps and
Yeah.
tropes that
And we don't
we
think
find
we're,
fascinating.
We don't think we're better than anybody.
We think we're better than some people. I would say most people.
Well, no, I'm saying we don't.
Yeah, no, we do think we're better than you all.
Oh no, I'm saying that for the video.
Oh,
I'm
you're
lying
lying.
to
You're
them.
lying to
I'm
them.
lying to
Oh,
them
gotcha.
because it makes us look better.
Yeah, everybody's better than us.
You have a short film. There's some rules. Only send us a short film that you have made. I don't want you to send me like this embarrassing short film that someone at your school made. It has to be yours, and the reason for that is I don't want to make fun of somebody whose permission we don't have to make fun of them.
That's a big YouTuber or something.
We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for walking. Thanks for walking.
Thanks for walking.
Thanks for
Thanks for
walking
walking
in
to
and
this
watching.
video.
Guess we're done then.
No shit. Wait.